About 150 yards down Chesterman Beach from the Wickaninnish Inn there's a carving shed, and in that carving shed there's a man who produces some amazing artwork out of yellow cedar.
One day I decided I wonder if I can carve a feather, because feathers were an integral part of my experience in all my different wilderness trips that I used to do. Eagle feathers would present themselves to me. I've found probably over 70 in my life, and I'd always would get a voice that would tell me, you're about to find an eagle feather, get ready. And every single time I had that voice, I'd find an eagle feather. Everything I've ever done is all self-taught, so it's all just come from within me. And within nature, obviously we borrow images and ideas, as I'm borrowing the eagle feather from my experiences in nature, finding them. The very first one was probably at least 15 or more years ago, and that was just with a Swiss Army knife. I had a bunch of old tools that I got from my old construction boss, but I also went to an auction one day, and there was a whole bunch of carving tools there, and I didn't know why I wanted them, but I was placing bets on them, and I eventually won the whole set. And little did I realize, but that whole set, every tool of that set, was exactly the tools I ended up using when I started carving here that first year with Henry. About 10 years ago, I met this gentleman by the name of Henry Nolla, who was a master carver who lived on the beach here. I just started hanging out for a few days, and then I asked if it's okay if I carve here, and he said sure. And so I started carving and ended up quitting my job and carving full time, and then decided that this is the place I want to live. I didn't learn from anywhere, but out of just trial and error myself. Just started moving my hands and they just found their way. These feathers, they are made for people to touch and feel. They're tactile. I do want people to pick them up and hold them, because people need to experience the weight of these. Because half the experience of these feathers is the weight, besides the visual aspects. Is being able to pick it up and hold it in your hand and feel, wow, that's almost the weight of a real eagle feather. I do boxes. I do feather boxes now, which is a new thing. I like the idea of having the feather completely encased in a nice hand-carved, handmade box. And also I do different sizes of jewelry boxes with different semi-precious stone inlaid. My carvings come from my connection to the eagle feather. And so the eagle feather isn't, it may be a symbol for a lot of people and for a lot of First Nations cultures for spirituality, but it's also, for me, it's a personal symbol for my spirituality and my connection to wilderness.